Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the What Have You and What Not live stream. December is upon us. Where the hell did 2022 go? Like, what happened? What happened here? We're going to let people pile in. I'm going to go on my little, 5-minute rant that I usually go on every uh, Sunday. Mrs. Knives will not be here today. She is actually at one of her two part-time jobs. So I will be solo today. My youngest son is also at his part-time job. So I'm like the heck was that guy's name? Macaulay Culkin. I'm like Home Alone. Didn't destroy anything though. So that's good news. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully December's starting out well for you and you have a prosperous December. There's a poll up talking about the stock market. We talk about the stock market a little bit, and then we go off into our whatever, what have you and what not portion of the live stream. The poll is, what do you think December is going to do as far as stock market performance? Up huge, down huge, flat as a pancake, or don't know, don't care. So go ahead and vote on that while people pile in here. The crowds are just going to pile in here because we sit here with like 5 people online. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. How's the stock market been? We had a big pop there. I think it was like Thursday and Friday. It was kind of insane. Let's check it out. I can speak every once in a while. S&P 500 last week up 1.72%. NASDAQ last week up 2.43%. Russell 2000 up 2.07%. And the Dow Jones up only 0.68%. The VIX, which is the volatility index, was down 14%. I'm bullish. Like, I think we're going to have a good December. I don't think we're going to be up huge. But man, with the VIX being so low, it almost makes me want to buy a call on the VIX. I don't know how much lower it can go, to be honest with you. We'll see. Because every time it's gotten around this low this year, it's spiked back up shortly thereafter. So we'll see how that works. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Let's see what's going on in the market next week. Whole lot of nothing I see. Not much. Factory orders, labor costs, productivity, consumer credit, jobless claims. We had good jobs report last week, I think, and that's pretty much bad news for the economy, for the Fed anyway. They want people to lose their jobs so that they can get inflation under control, but we'll see if that works or not. Earnings in the stock market next week. I've got a couple of big ones. Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO, and Costco reporting earnings next week. Then you got a whole bunch of little bitty small and mid cap stocks. Lululemon, AutoZone, Brown Forman, which is alcohol. What else we got? Campbell Soup, GameStop, and a bunch of other stuff that I've never heard of. So we'll leave it at that. What else? Do I got anything else? I don't think I got anything else. I don't know what happened this week. Anything good happened this week? I don't have Knives here to remind me of anything that happened this week. I can't think of anything. Oh, there is something. I may get into that in the what have you and whatnot portion because if I start off with that, I'll probably uh, end up banned from YouTube. But we'll see. We'll see. I may not even get into it. Other than that, we are good. We got 12 people in here now all of a sudden. And let's just go talk to people. How about that? G Man, good morning or good evening. Good morning. I guess it's good morning somewhere. And I could be telling you good morning, depending upon what part of the world you're in at the moment. So Costantino, good evening. Nick's for me. Vix is at 19. Get ready for a big drop. That's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of want to buy a call on the Vix. Maybe something out in January or something to give it some time, but we'll see. Matthew says, do you sell puts with expirations into the new year? I feel like I always get hit by January sell-offs. Only been selling late December at the furthest right now. I do. I've got all kinds of stuff out in January already. Actually, most of my stuff is out in January. I don't have much in December. Let's see. As far as the value of expiring puts in December, let me do some quick top of the head math. 3, 4, 5, 6, $650 maybe in December, and I got almost $2,000 in January. So I'm comfortable where I'm at on my puts. And anytime I sell a put, I'm comfortable where they're at. So it doesn't really. Uh, I don't care what month it is. But that being said, the only time, well, I've been trading options for 2 years, and every January I've lost money. So every January, like there's more than two. But I can't really say the 2021 was a surprise. That was me. When I first started trading options, I was just clicking buttons. I had no idea what I was doing. So I lost $7,000 in January of 2021, and January 2022, I only lost 1,700. So a huge improvement. So hopefully 2023 improves on that as well. I'm not really big on okay, the Santa Claus rally is going to happen, or when this happens, this is going to happen, and those type of rules and things like that. I just find things that I'm comfortable selling puts on at the price I'm selling them at. So um, that's that. Going Green Mom says, remember to hit the thumbs up on your way in. Yes, please do. We got 16 people in here. Say hello. Say hello. It's always the same. I appreciate everybody in here, obviously, but it's always the same people. If you got some questions, ask them. I actually thought about this today on my, normal YouTube channel, was that I was going to take the comment section from the Saturday video and make a midweek video just answering comments or replying to comments and questions. I don't know how that would go because I was looking back at like this last Saturday's video, which sucked as far as performance is concerned. They weren't too many constructive comments. It's just there'll probably be a couple of videos, the income fund showdown video, which I should be working on this week, will generate a lot of comments. And then my Retire with Less series always generates a lot of comments. So other than that, let's have a drink. I'm hungry. I had Knives made us tuna salad for lunch, and she didn't make anything for dinner. And that's no fault on her. That's if I would have asked her to make me something, I would have. But I actually have asked her that I only want to try to eat once a day, and that's not working very well for me because I'm hungry. And then that ends up being bad because you end up just trying to find something to just snack on, and then you just eat crap. Not literal crap, but you know what I mean. Greg D, hello and welcome, Greg D. G man, thanks for reminding me. GGM, right on. Let's see. Going Green Mom, how do they deal with the people that never went back or just quit looking and eventually fell off the jobless report over the 2 years of the pandemic? They don't count them. Um, that's why, I forget what the actual stat is called. There's a stat for that. Um, but if it's over a certain amount, like me, I haven't had a W-2 job for what 10 years plus, and I'm just not counted. I'm not counted. And that was part of the what have you whatnot thing about jobs, but we'll get into that later. Um, dang it, I forget what the jobless claims, unemployment. There's something about that, like chronic unemployed or something. I forget. Steve Steele in the house. What's up, Steve? You're welcome, G-Man. Let's see. Matthew asks, do you have a standard percent of premium that you'll buy back puts at rather than wait until expiration? As soon as I sell a put, I put a limit order in to buy the put back at 70% of the total premium. I don't have a hard and fast rule. No. There's some times where, even if it's 40% profit and that's, within, because I'm usually typically selling out 45 days out. So, if something were to happen where, I get 40% profit in a few days, I'll probably take it off. But no, I don't have a set profit. Sometimes I will, I don't think I've ever, I'll take that back. That was going to be a lie. Every blue moon, I will have a put go to expiration, and typically, it would be because there'd be no volume there. No one to sell that to, so I can't get out of it anyway. But that's not a bad problem to have, in my opinion, unless you're talking big money. But I don't set any limit orders on anything. Well, I set my limit orders when I sell them, but I don't set a good to close or anything like that. If I get that in a week rather than the 30 days the put expires in, I'm a happy camper for sure. There was a couple of, I think it was, who was it? It was Amazon. I think it was Amazon. Had like 14 days left on the contract. Um, it was only 40% in profit. I just rolled it out to January, was able to roll the strike down from 85 to 80. And I got another 60, $70 or whatever it was in credit. So I'll do that once in a while too. If I don't feel like holding it and I just want to, a lot of times I usually have a lot of puts on, and I think psychologically I like to, um, have profits every day. Like I want to see something every day. And so that ends up working out for me. Q&A video would be cool. Yeah, I think I tried it once, long time ago. I don't know what ended up happening, but we'll see. Aloha, all this week should be fun. Yeah. Speaking of aloha, I haven't even looked. I saw like a few days ago, I saw Hawaii there was a volcano erupting after so many years. I wonder how that's going. I haven't really paid attention, but I saw a little snippet of it and was like, really, what's this? Volcanoes are crazy. Like liquid fire is just nuts. You can filter comments to those with a question, yeah, and that might be able to dredge up some questions from a longer time frame. That's true. See, that's what I was wondering. Like, do I kind of my thought process was to get the questions uh, for that previous Saturday's video, but that might not be enough questions. But then again, um, I don't want to make a 30-minute long Q&A video, right? I'd like to kind of be a really quick hitting type thing, but I don't know. We'll see. Jazz Wealth, I like that guy. That's why once in a while I'll actually do that. I'll go. Here are 5 new things to. If you follow that channel, you know why I would do that. If you can get a certain percent in X number of days, that's better to take your profit and run rather than waiting. That's when I started getting out early and walking with profit. Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, I always just if I got a 45-day contract out and in 3 days I got better than 40% profit, I'm probably gonna just take it. Where it works better for you if you feel a market downturn coming, buy puts or sell bear call spreads. Um, me personally, I would buy a put, but I've done it once or twice, maybe 3 times, and pretty much no, I've done it. I've done it quite a few times. Like I'll do those 1-1-1 trades where you'll do a debit spread on the put side, and then sell a put way down low to finance it. I think that worked out a couple of times. But straight up buying puts or buying calls uh, has only worked a very small percentage of time for me. So I'm very hesitant to buy premium because typically it's a loser's game to buy premium. It's a gamble. It's really what it is. Buying premium is a gamble. And, but, you know, like Nix was saying about the VIX, when it's been down this low, it's almost, it's almost a guarantee that the VIX is going to spike. Almost, right? Like if you look at a chart year to date on the VIX, it is a literal, it's a literal wave, up, down, up, down, up, down. And every time it's gotten around this area, it has spiked. So, that's making me really want to buy a call on the VIX. I usually set limit orders immediately for 50% profit. I do this because I work full time and can't monitor the market all day, every day. Oh, yeah. If you're not in the market, then yeah, I can definitely see limit orders, especially to close. Uh, you know, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Um, but this is the options market is essentially my part-time job. So between Knives part-time jobs and my part-time job, we do okay. Um, I would like a part-time job. Tried to get one too. Let's just say it didn't work out. Same thing here, Nix. Can grab the profits on those early morning market spikes when you're working and can't monitor. Yeah. The market has been swinging lately. Like was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday that had that big move. And it was, it was down. I was down, like 1%. And then I went and picked up knives from work and I came back and we were up like 2. And I was like, holy crap, what the hell happened? And yeah, December started out pretty good for me as far as the options are concerned. Um, it's only been what, 2 days? Yeah, 2 days. And I've already booked $341.60 in profit in those 2 days. So that's what I like. I like to see some profit every day. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. You sell any puts on Activision? No, it's been pretty stable during the last few months as we wait to see if the acquisition goes through. That's the problem with it is that's why I won't touch it. I get why you do it because I looked at it and I looked at it quite extensively. Um, one little rumor of bad news or some hiccup in the giddy up as far as the acquisition goes could ruin you, and I just don't want to go into it. I don't want to have to deal with it. So I haven't, but I definitely looked into it, and I definitely can understand why people would sell puts on it. The premium's not that high because it's already, you know what is it, 70, or I forget what the buyout price was. I thought the buyout price was in the 80s, but maybe I'm wrong. What part of the job process fell apart? I don't know. I don't know for sure. I just have my suspicions. Um, because the job I was applying for, it was stupid. The job was the requirement was it was you had to be available at least like 16 hours a week. That's all it was. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. I mean, I didn't need to be working a whole bunch. I just wanted, to make a couple extra $100 a week or something like that. And I'd probably buy some Jeppy with it that's probably what I would do with it. But the availability portion, that was the thing. So they had morning, afternoon, and evening, right? Monday through Sunday. And their requirement was that out of those 16 hours, that at least 12 of them were able to be fulfilled on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So if you have three, right? You have the morning, afternoon, and evening every day. So you have 21 time slots, right? So I was available for 16 of those 21 time slots, all of Saturday, all of Sunday, and 2 out of the 3 on Monday. And then 2 out of the 3 Tuesday through Friday as well. So pretty open availability. And they came back to me, I think, in my opinion, they kind of researched me on the interwebs, and the hiring manager, how can I say this, uh, was probably, that meme, right? When President Trump won in 2016, and that meme of that woman going, "Ah," and falling to her knee, or his or her knees, I don't know which. Like, that was the hiring manager, because I was able to do my own research on the hiring manager as well. And so I think I think it wasn't about availability, because their form letter that they sent back to me was, your availability does not match what we want. Well, wait a minute. You said Saturday, Sunday, you need to be completely available and have some availability on Monday. I'm like, I have all that. And so, long story short, I didn't get the job. Tom Settles is concerned many S&P 500 stocks will pause or slow their dividend growth due to interest rates and recession, may move some SCHD to, I'm thinking you're saying degrow. SCHD doesn't have div growth filter. This is true. It'll be interesting what SCHD does, because they need to have dang it, I'll forget their filter now off the top of my head. I know it has to be improving financial. Um, yeah, I don't know. Well, I think we need to look at some stats there to see, because there's been a lot of dividend growth. They're probably not as, like you say, they probably have slowed, but there's still dividend growth. So maybe things aren't as bad. I sometimes do debit put spreads when I'm feeling bearish. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Now you can, if you wanted to, you could, that's the 1-1 of the 1-1-1 trade. Like the debit put spread. The 1-1-1 adds a put down lower to finance that debit, so that you either come out flat or you come out with a credit. Lol. Woke Lesbo gets revenge on GW. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There is a I'm not gonna put him or her on blast, but there is a YouTube video of him or her, I can't tell, uh on YouTube, that yeah, yeah. Slim Dog, did Dave finish the trail? Yep, he sure did. He's looking to fly out of America. I haven't heard from him in a minute, but he may have already gone. I don't know. Well, probably not, because he probably doesn't want to spend a ton of money on a flight out of country. If you do a last minute flight out of the country, it's pretty damn expensive. Yep. I got tired of a bunch of stocks, SCHD and Jeppy for now. Yeah, that's no problem with that. I like that combo. Um, I think JepQ could be a long-term accumulation, because, like Tom was saying, with with growth really uh, being a little stymied right now, you can buy something like JepQ really cheap and just accumulate it over time. Um, because I think JepQ is way down compared to JepE. Let's take a look at that real quick. JepE year to date is down 10.7%. But you compare that to JepQ. Well, JepQ is not, it hasn't been out long enough, but 6 months, JepQ is down 10%. Huh. I bought a little bit of JEPQ. I think I bought 50 shares a couple weeks ago. Um, Sold some puts on JEPQ actually. Uh, got a put expire. That was one of those examples that can't even get out of the freaking trade if you wanted to, which is fine. Um, JEPQ I have expiring December 16th. A 42 put. I got $60 for that put, so I'll take $60. I missed the last video then. Well, there you go. That was a good one. What's the difference on JEPI and JEPQ? JEPI, uh, JEPI takes their lower volatility portion of the portfolio, which is 80% of the portfolio. JEPI picks the S&P 500 stocks by, pretty much value metrics mostly. Value investing metrics, not by market cap, nothing like that. JEPQ uses the NASDAQ 100. So they pick their value stocks, lower volatility stocks out of the NASDAQ. That's the difference. I forget what they are if I don't buy them. Yeah, true that. My concern for JEPI and JEPQ is taxation. Don't like paying 25%. I have both in my Roth. Well, if they're in your Roth and you ain't paying nothing. Yeah, I mean, if you're concerned about taxation, uh, you might not want to have any dividend paying stocks in a taxable, honestly, even if they're qualified. Put them in a retirement account. Put your growth stuff in the taxable. Um, I don't worry about taxes personally. So that's why you never hear me. There's a lot of people, I get that comment all the time. What about taxes? What about taxes? I haven't paid taxes in years. Um, it's kind of the benefit of being a low income dude. Honestly, it was a benefit of having your own business and being able to. It's a double edged sword, right? So I had my own business for 10 years, right? Wrote off a lot of stuff, but reported income was really low, right? Even though we were able to pay our bills and all that stuff. Um, but that screws me long term with Social Security because obviously I'm only, if I'm only paying uh into Social Security on, say 20 grand, 25 grand of, income from the business, then, you're kind of screwing yourself, right? Cuz if I had the job that paid me 60 grand, I would have, a lot more going into, or my, what do they call it? AIME, average income something. How Social Security figures out your benefit. Um, so so I was able to not pay taxes. I paid a little bit as far as income taxes over these past 10 years, uh, but it cost me in future dollars because my Social Security payment will be probably close to uh, the minimum that you can get, because my 30, Social Security takes your 35 years, highest average 35 years. They index it and all this stuff, but it really kind of screwed me in that aspect. Um, I paid taxes in 2020, still paying them actually. Problems of making twice what you normally do. Yeah, I mean that's screwed. We had a huge 2021 because Knives um pay was withheld. She was working for the state basically, not to get too deep into what she did, but um, she had like a damn near a whole year of wages withheld, and they were finally dumped on us in 2021. So we had to pay taxes, like big time. And it's like, could you like spread this out, do something? Well, that screwed us, right? We had to pay a big chunk of money in taxes this year for 2021. Um, which sucked because, we could have paid if that would have been spread out, or if it would have been in 2020, you know, it just screwed us. But what it also did was screwed my son, because he's applying for college and for Pell grants, federal grants, all that junk, right? They look at your 2021 taxable income. Well, we will never make that kind of money ever again, ever. But he will not qualify for any types of federal grants or anything because of that. So that sucks, right? So he's going to have to do something different his first year of college. And then the second year, I think they look back again and they'll see that, you know, they'll probably question like, what the hell did y'all do in 2021? And how in the hell are you eating in 2020? Because it's going to be like night and day. We don't have enough in Roth to retire. We have a lot in taxable account. That's kind of how the ball bounces there. If you want to retire early, you can't use Roth. You can't really use, that type of thing. If you really want to retire early, you need to have a lot in your taxable account. Last time I looked, it was 30 years, and I'm only projected to get something like 232. 232? 232 what? Did you mess up a number there? Worrying about taxes is a bad idea. Paying taxes is a good problem. Wasn't good this wasn't good this year. I'll tell you that for sure. The good news is that it will get reevaluated every year. I don't think you are abnormal. The pandemic screwed up a lot of people. Yeah, it did for sure. $232 a month. No, I think you're looking at something wrong. Because the minimum for Social Security, are you talking Social Security? Because the minimum Social Security is like $800 or $900 or something like that. That's the minimum, as long as you qualify and have enough credits. Taxes on income is good. Excess taxes on investments, not so good unless you're killing it on short-term trades or call options. Yeah, excess taxes. You're right. But between my wife and I, as far as income and investments and all that stuff this year, probably won't be paying any taxes, or very little. It just depends. It's going to depend on what the standard deduction is. I haven't looked. We're 59, so can use Roths when ready. Probably retire at 66. Right on. There you go. Your number is in today's dollars, but it will be inflation adjusted. Correct. If you go on the Social Security site, though, it should give you the option to look at it in future dollars. But 232 seems absolutely low, even in today's dollars. It does. Have you looked at your SSA.gov report this year? Does it look at cost of living? Not in determining your payment amount, but it will look at cost of living as far as raises and increases once you start collecting it. You have to have income to pay taxes, and the threshold is not zero. You will pay no taxes on the first X amount, right? About 30,000 for a couple. Yeah, and then you have children if you have children, some other deductions as well. So um, I'll probably be paying very close to no taxes this year, because we'll be a little over 30. We'll probably be close to 40 this year. It might be more. I might be underestimating because I have a lot of different income, right? You get, I got Google income, Amazon income, interest income. Yeah, I might be a little off. So, it's your best 420 quarters of work. It's weighted to help out low wage earners. High wage earners have their earnings discounted per the formula. Yeah, they take your, I forget how they do it. They take your best 420. I think they knock out the bottom, or they knock out. I used to be versed in this, and I'm no longer. That's what happens when you stop doing something. You lose it. So that's not good. It's probably been a year. Yeah, I'd check it, and I'd look, because I'm talking about the report. I'm not talking about going into the website. Um, Definitely take a look at your report, um, and look at all your earnings every year, and make sure they're correct, or at least not off. Um, you definitely want to ensure that everything's correct on there, but it should give you, um, if you retire at 62, this is what you'll collect. If you retire at 66, this is what you collect. If you retire at 70, this is what you collect. Um, so it just seems, yeah, Slim Dog, agree on 232 sounding off, was referring to the amount you mentioned for yourself. Um, yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah, in today's dollars, if I were 62 today, I could collect Social Security. It would be the minimum, which is, I don't know what it is. It's $900, something like that. It's probably more than that now, because they got a increase. But Tom went skiing yesterday with his sons. I was oldest person in cafeteria at lunch by 20 years. I've never been skiing. I've walked in snow, and you know what? Snow is cold. It is cold. 232 is too low. Something is wrong. I'd agree. Few people who have worked, even at the minimum, you should get about 800 to 1,000. Yeah, exactly. My mother-in-law, she gets about 850 to $900. But she was a low wage earner her entire life. So she's getting the minimum, and that was the minimum. GW, what is the highest yielding ETF with div growth and profit filter? Ugh. Um, I don't know. You'll have to look at. I haven't looked at Regal in a long time. REGL. I haven't looked at ETFs in a long time, as far as that's concerned. Um, I only own JEPI, JEPQ, and QQQM, and a little bit of TLTW, like 9 shares. But that's all I own. Um, I would be curious to look at REGL again, because the small cap, I know that's a small mid cap. Look at the performance of small cap versus large cap this year. Small cap has been strong. Yes, they're down, but they've been strong. Um, SCHD, DGRO, might want to look at DGRW. Expense ratio is high, but might want to take a look back at that one. Social Security is going nowhere. I agree. You will get your due. It's only a few really right politicians want to reduce it substantially. Yeah, whoever those are full of crap, because Social Security is not going anywhere. Um, they need to fix it. Yes, they need to do something. And what that entails is probably going to be higher taxes. Um, that's just the way it is. Amounts were correct last time I looked, but I haven't hit 30 years either. Still, should be something. They take the top 420, and then my head went, and then they got high. That's funny. They take the top 420, and then they got high, and then they got high. Snow is colder as you get older. I probably stopped skiing 1 to 2 years. Yeah, it's interesting. This year I've been affected by the cold. Um, and it's not even that cold. But I find myself like, this is probably the first year in a long time that I'm wearing like long pants indoors, right? Like I'll wear sweats or pajama pants, whatever. I'm wearing, long sleeve shirt, and I don't know. Something switched up. I don't know if it was because we had COVID. I don't know. But I've never been uh, affected like this with cold ever. And now I'm sitting here. I got socks on. I've never put socks on indoors. I've never wore socks indoors. I got socks on. I got, sweatpants on, long sleeve shirt. And, I got a blanket here just in case I can really get cold. So something something's off. Something's weird. Something changed within me, because I typically, um, I'm shorts and a hoodie, even in, when it's 40 degrees out. That's how I was all the time. And now I'm wearing long pants outside and shoes. Keep talking. I'll be back in a few. Well, right on. SSA is calculated from the highest 35 years of earnings. Correct. Josh at Heritage Wealth on YouTube explains Social Security. Yes. He's been my go-to. I've explained that a long time ago. When I first started into investing in stuff, right? I remember sitting in my shop when we had a shop, and I was sitting there scared because we had no money. We had no money saved. We were living, essentially, we had a business, but we were living paycheck to paycheck, like month to month. Um, I mean, we had a little bit of savings, but that was about it. Uh, and it just hit me one day. I was like, how in the hell am I? How the hell are we gonna retire? How the hell are we going to do this? Because we still don't. No 401ks, no pensions, no retirement plans, no nothing. Um, we spent 10 years working for ourselves and, hand to mouth, basically, making money. So that's started us on that journey. Um, and so I started YouTubing, can we live on Social Security and blah, blah, blah. And that's where I stumbled into Josh. This was back in 2018 or earlier, even. Yeah, probably earlier than that. And he's the one that gave me hope. Like, okay, if that's what started me down the pathway of YouTube and investing and all that stuff. If it wasn't for YouTube, I don't know what I would do because I knew nothing about finances. Um, so, um, yeah, Josh is the one that got me started on YouTube, basically. I don't watch him as much as I used to because he like thinks of something on the toilet and he makes a quick 10-minute video like 8 times a day. Like, I can't keep up with all this, Josh. It's like craziness. Spy and QQQ options have expirations every day. LOL casino is open. Go for it. Yeah, I don't do that. Okay, it kicked me out when I signed in. 672 if retiring at 62, with the assumption I make just under 6,000 a year until retirement. Okay, see, that's better. That's better, and that's probably 672. That's probably today's dollars, not inflated dollars. So you're probably good. That makes more sense because the 200 and something was like, no, that's not right. Uh, for Social Security, you need your PEA. I think it's PIA, isn't it? Primary insurance amount or primary something amount. I think it's PIA. And use indexing factors. Correct. Then the formula not as hard as it sounds to figure out the amount. Yep, I believe it's PIA though. But they have it all in your report. Um, you can. It's pretty cool because you can go in there and you know punch in. Okay, I expect to make this much. I expect to make that much. You can do all kinds of things, and it'll give you an estimate of what's going on. Now, what Social Security could do though is change the 62 or what is it, 62, 66, and 70. They may change that. They may raise taxes, change the retirement age, um all that stuff. I don't think they would cut benefits, but they're going to need to do something to uh extend it, and that's going to be you know paying more taxes or retiring later type of thing. Let's see here. 21 votes on the stock market performance for December. 14%, 14 bulls in the house, up huge. 24% down huge. 33% flat as a pancake, and 29% don't know, don't care. What's that saying, ladies? Bad hair, don't care. Something like that. They may change the bend points to limit the max amount. Maybe. But yeah. don't fall for the crap about Social Security is going bankrupt and it's gonna be gone. It's not gonna happen. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out eventually. It'll probably be, uh, because they said it was going to run out of money in 2030. So they'll probably figure it out December 31st, 2029. The way freaking the government operates, that's probably how it'll work. So here is an oddity. It grouped 91 to 2000 and 2001 to 2004 and hasn't logged 2021, which was 0. Well, it won't. I think it drops the zeros as long as you have more than 35 years. It'll drop some zeros. I don't qualify till 65, and that number is 862. What do you mean you don't qualify till 65? Thoughts on Devo? Their fund manager was on CNBC this week saying they will soon be 15 to 20% in cash. A couple positions were called away, including UPS, but great performance year to date considering market. I think that's great. 15 to 20% in cash is probably good. I'm close to 50% in cash. But you kind of, I guess you could kind of say, yeah, I am 50% in cash, but then you can say I'm not because I'm in the options. So, some of that is technically, I guess, secured by options, but not really. So that's a little kind of here or there, but I like Devo. Devo's been the best for the past 2 years as far as performance is concerned, total performance. So I like Devo. Always have. 140 quarters or 420 months. And then they got high. I think there's another report with year by year and not the grouping. Yeah, there probably is. That's what it says. I'm only 39, so I think they went to that to help save the system a few years ago. That's weird. I haven't looked at mine in a while. Probably a couple years. Nah, I probably looked at it last year. I typically usually look at it once a year. I'm signed up. They typically send an email now. They used to send actual reports to your house, but I think they moved to online only. So I would definitely encourage everybody to sign up for on ssa.gov. Just make sure, to take a look at your report and make sure that all the earnings numbers are correct, because those are very important, because that's what's used to determine your benefit amount. I'll look more after we are off here for sure. So, what other questions we got? Here we go. I look more regularly when they sent paper reports. Yeah, not sure they even send me emails. Double check your account. Make sure you're signed up for emails. Because yeah, I haven't seen a paper report in a long time. Let's see. Let's take a look at Devo real quick. Devo, let's compare that to Jeppy. Why not? Because those were the number 1 and number 2 as far as the income fund showdown thing. Year to date, Devo kicking butt and taking names, only down 3% year to date. Jeppy's down just under 11. So pretty darn good, in my opinion. 1-year chart on Devo is pretty much flat, which is, again, pretty darn good. You want to throw SCHD in the mix there. They're beating Devo by just 0.75%, something like that. Now, there's an argument, right? Devo and SCHD, they pretty much, they almost track each other as far as total return, like almost perfect. So, if what do you do there, right? Because the dividend ain't free. So you have, what I'm saying is, if you're worried about taxes, Devo would be worse than SCHD. So, someone like Tom, I think he just talked about it. That wouldn't be good for him if he's going to put it in a taxable account. He'd rather be probably in SCHD, because the Devo is going to have those short-term incomes from the covered calls. Devo hasn't raised div, so I wouldn't buy until I need income. Yeah, and they probably won't. I think they're going to be pretty much where they're going to be. I don't see them raising their dividend at all. It seems to me that they kind of stay within that. I think they target like 5%. I thought they would, they could technically get more out of Devo. But for some reason they want to keep it around that number. Don't know why. But I guess proof is in the pudding. When you look at performance, right? You look at the year-to-date performance of Devo compared to any other, income fund out there. The proof is there. So I guess that's why. Yeah, you look at, like, for instance, something like NOBL, Noble, which is the Dividend Aristocrat ETF. Year to date, Noble is down 2.5%, SCHD is down 2.2%, and Devo is down 3.1%. So those three are pretty strong ETFs. I've been DC dollar cost averaging into Devo and Jeppy since May of 2021. I do not drip. Devo up 1%, Jeppy down 6%. I'm happy with the cash flow for sure. They're actually doing great, both of them. I think Jeppy's getting people lured in because of the massive amount of dividends they've been bringing in. But I just wonder what's going to happen when that's no longer, because I don't think it's going to be, because where is it at? Like 12%, something like that, 13, 14% yield on Jeppy. That's going to get cut in half eventually. I don't see that fund doing, 8%. My thought originally was around 7. So I don't know. I just hope people aren't getting into Jeppy thinking that these 60-cent per month dividend payouts is normal, expected, and going to happen, forever in the future. I just don't expect that. Jay says, leave it to Global X to make a covered call ETF composed of covered call. Hey, those things exist. I'm not talking about a covered call ETF, but there's funds of funds out there, and there's people that buy funds of funds. I'm not a fan of any of them. Um, you buy a fund that invests in closed end funds, and it's like, okay, so you're buying all these closed end funds that have, all this expense ratio, and then you're buying a fund to buy all those funds that have all the expense ratio. It's like, don't like fund of funds. Lol, Jay. I'm on Devo and Jeppy lately. That works. Seniors with lower income could find states with good senior Section 8 housing. My aunt lived in senior Section 8, 1,000 square foot cottage in a nice neighborhood for 20 years, $350 per month. Absolutely. And that is a problem, though. What I would hope is that they have something available for seniors only, because I didn't know there was a senior only Section 8. I thought it was just Section 8. If there's a senior only Section 8, that might be more, what's the nice word I'm looking for? More palatable. Because I've been in a lot of Section 8 areas in my life, and typically they're not the greatest. I was expecting this month to be low again, and it came in almost a penny higher this month. Yeah, that same thing. It's just don't expect it. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. The covered call ETFs are going to get trounced when the market goes on a tear eventually. They are capped on the upside. Those funds are for income, not for long-term appreciation. Not all of them, but yes, I agree with you. Especially ones that sell at the money covered calls. Devo is going to be fine. They only sell like 2 calls a month. Maybe on 5 to 10% of their portfolio. JEPQ, only 20% of their portfolios is exposed to options. The YLDs, QYLD, RYLD, XYLD, yes, they're not gonna capture upside. That's the problem. With rising interest rates, companies need to raise yield, or many will buy bonds. Hey, I think you need to buy bonds now. I mean, if you can find like, I was looking at it today. I didn't go very deep in it, but there's some corporate bonds out there, with 2-3 year maturities that are paying 7, 8, 9%. Like, that's like almost guaranteed money, as long as you don't have find a bankrupt company bond, that the company's going to go bankrupt. But yeah, I know a lot of people hate bonds, but you can find 7, 8, 9% guaranteed income. I don't see why more people aren't getting over to them. Most states have senior only Section 8. NorCal has many, also Oregon. Ugh. Don't know I want to be on the West Coast, though. That's tough because, I've spoken on this before. Me and Knives, we can go away, but if I were to kick the bucket before Knives, and if I were to widow her, she would definitely want to be here. So that makes it tough. Um, it makes it to where I'm actually looking at I'm looking at a condo, couple of condos here, maybe buy it, rent it out. Not for the income or to get rich. Uh-oh. We're screwed. We're back. Looking at condos, uh to rent it out, but not to actually cash flow it. I mean, I might lose money. I might have to put money into it. Um, but just in case, I need to have a place for knives to live if I kick the bucket early. When my parents owned rental property, they had people that requested them to apply to supply Section 8 because that was how they were making ends meet. On that basis, I would think a 55 and up location could do the same. At least then it's less likely to get fraud issues. Yeah. Um, Actually, going back to Tom as far as Section 8, well, that's senior only. Um, Everybody in California, I believe now, has to accept Section 8. I think they passed a law to where it's illegal for any um, uh, landlord to deny Section 8. So, there's no, matter of fact, I haven't seen it, right? Like you used to see no Section 8, no dogs, no cats, no drugs, right? Now I don't see that no more. I think I heard Kevin O'Leary saying something he can pay someone to create an index and then create an ETF for that index. The retire with less index ETF would be pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't even know what would be in that damn thing, to be honest with you. Um, I guess I can sit here and trade options every day. That would be weird. I'm sending you a snuggie for Christmas, but I'm also feeling colder this winter. Uh, my wife has a snuggie and she's been wrapped up in that thing. Um, yeah, like my wife, she'll like wear sweats, two pairs of socks, a t-shirt, a hoodie, and she'll wrap herself in her snuggie, and then she'll get under one. How many blankets we have on our bed? We have one, two. We have at least two. And she'd be under two blankets, and she's like, "Oh, I'm cold." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" But now I'm starting to feel that way too. It was always an issue with us because single moms could get the benefits and then they would move in boyfriends that would cause issues. Yeah, absolutely. Um, that was, yeah. My mom was on Section 8 way back in the day when she left my dad. Um, yeah, those were the days. Um, I use GHIB ETF for corporate bond and PFA ETF for preferred exposure, 5.5 and 9% dividends respectfully. Uh, I'm not, I don't know about those. How's those preferreds been doing? Because last I look, and it's been a long time, they have performed poorly. Yeah, see, preferred stock down 21%. There was also PGX was another one. Year to date down 19%. There was also, I think, PFF, and that's down 17%. GHIB, which one is that one? Is that the junk bond or is that Yeah, that's a junk bond one. That was not so bad, down 13%. Thing is with bonds, you got to time it. It's easy to time bond markets mostly. Like you'll be close. Like when the rates are high, you can buy them, right? You just don't want to buy when rates are low. And I think bonds have gotten, you know, such a bad rap for the past, all this free money, right? Because bonds are, paying 1.5%, 2%. And now all of a sudden they're paying, 4, 5, 6, 7. And those people that used to go, screw bonds. And then now they're like opening an eye to it, like, maybe I can look at some of these bonds. Let's see, which is against the rules for Section 8. Oh, that continues from the issues of boyfriends moving in. Unless they add their income to the application. Of course, that was 20 years ago too. Yeah, that was the problem. So if there's a senior community, that might help because typically senior communities don't allow um, anyone younger. I think there's some. I know there's some in Florida that will allow uh, people younger than 55, as long as that 55-year-old lives in the home. But buckle my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Anybody here holding Bitcoin or altcoins? I know some smart people that lost millions. I warned them, nobody listens. Nope, I never. Wait, I might have some Bitcoin. I don't know, it might only be like 50 or $100. I might have bought a long time ago. Not long time ago, but quite a while ago. I just bought it and let it sit there. What'll end up happening with that is, you can look up like if anybody owed you money or you have an old account and you need to claim it. It's probably what's going to happen to that account. They're probably I'm going to pass away and then Knives is going to go look, hey, what is this account? You're going to look up my name. Oh, you got Bitcoin. Hopefully it's worth millions then. And then she don't have to worry about Section 8 housing. Raffle. I sold out of preferred and quit looking because you told us not to dwell on it. I was in PGX and one of the PFFs, just not sure which one. Yeah, that's the problem. I think that's the problem with funds is that bond duration kind of screws you, right? Because um, as interest rates rise, bond values fall, right? The previous bond values fall. So what ends up happening is in that fund, those bonds that aren't mature that were sold that were bought at a lower interest rate, when the rates rise, nobody wants those bonds, so they can't get out of them. So they have to wait till maturity. They're only paying a little bit, and so they need to buy new bonds, right, to keep up and have everything working correctly again. But typically, that's why the bond funds have dropped as well. But as long as they're, that's why you look at the shorter duration stuff. Like look at something like TLT, and then look at something like, I don't know, what's the short term one, VGSH or something like that, and the performance is going to be quite different. Tales from the crypto. If you're talking rates are high, can you just look at the yield percentage in the trading app, or is that somewhere else? I never trust the. It's kind of hard to calculate especially on funds, because their uh, dividend payments are rising. So a lot of the times, a lot of these websites or apps will take whatever they paid that month and times it by 12. And then, that's like typically completely wrong. So it's kind of hard to rely on um, things like that. I think you can look at the 30-day SEC yield. I don't know if that one's more accurate or not. Could be, but it's tough to it's tough to rely on some of that because you'll look at, like, I mean, look at Jeppy. It's saying, "Oh, this is a 14% yielding fund," but is it really? It may not be. I own a few dollars worth of butt corn, but I did very well and sold out last spring. Right on. There was a game tournament in South Korea in 2011 that gave eighth place like 25 bitcoins and first place 500. That's funny. If that's serious, holy crap, that's funny. There are many good mops that pay high yield and good div growth if you can handle taxes, like Enbridge mops, MLPs. I said mops. Last week I suggested SQQQ as a hedge. It got beaten up, but it was more than made up by the performance of most stocks last week. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play both sides of the coin, you can. Just buy SQQQ and TQQQ 1-to-1. For every share of SQQQ you buy one share of TQQQ at the same time. I think you kind of just answered that. Yeah, probably. GW is not giving investment advice. No, I'm not. I'm far from the one to be getting investment advice from. That's why I changed my uh, uh, bio on YouTube, and I just put on there just another dude on YouTube. Also, LYV had a good week too. The option premiums did come down. A very good week. LYV. Oh, that's that Live Nation, isn't it? Yeah, Live Nation. They had a good week, up almost 8%. I think the one that I was playing with for a while, I kind of wish I would have got assigned and kept it, was Shopify, because I was playing with it when it was down in the 30 range, and it's up like 33% since that in a month. Oh well, I just can't. I can't play with these non-profiting stocks in this environment. It's just too dangerous. Is there such a thing as a safe preferred stock, or do they all come with high interest rate credit risk? They all come with credit risk for sure. Um, I would actually look at some individual bonds. Um, I mean, face value is $100. I think you have to buy, or is it 1,000? I think you have to. I think it's $1,000. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not a big bond dude, but I did see some corporates in there. I think like Ally Financial is like got a 7 to 9% maturing in 2024. I mean, that's pretty damn good. Um, Lumen Technologies, which is the old CenturyLink, um, I don't think they're going bankrupt either. There's a lot of people rely on that company. They have some 7 to 10% yielding bonds that are short term, like 2024, 2025 maturity. That's damn good for a guaranteed return. Now, if they go bankrupt, then that's another thing. MLPs, yeah, my autocorrect is killing me. No, but he answers my stupid questions in a way I can understand. Right on. I try. Actually, at the price, buy one SQQ to 2 shares of TQQ. I know. I was kind of poking the bear there, Gary. Because if you buy one SQQQ and one TQQ at the same time, you're kind of. What ends up happening at that point? You're just moving money. Yeah, you're essentially just moving money. No, it's a little different. Um, the TQQQ was up 7.48% last week, and the SQQQ was down 8.82. So yeah, if you bought them 1-to-1, it wouldn't work too well because they also have that whatever they call that contango crap. Have you been listening to old episodes from Kevin? That was his bald and Bitcoin slogan. It seemed like just another bald dude on YouTube. No, I haven't. I haven't watched. I don't watch any finance people on YouTube anymore. I don't. And that's probably why my channel's not growing because I'm not engaging with other channels and commenting on their stuff, and that's probably the demise of my channel, really. Imagine if autocorrect changed Sam Bankman Fried to Sam Bankrupt Man Fried. Well, he's not bankrupt. The company is. He's rich, ain't he? Bonds are usually callable too, so they can get called away from you. But I agree, individual bonds are way better than bond funds. Yeah, I mean, because you don't have that duration risk, right? Okay, here's $1,000. You know what payments they're going to make to you, and you know what you get at the end. You can't say that with bond funds, for sure. I bought a 3-month $1,000 government T-bill the other day that pays 4.2% annual. There you go. You just keep rolling those things. Don't hate on it. You can sell on the volatility. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying 1-to-1 not going to work too well short term. He says it when he rants on 30 and a wake up too. He's been gone a while, hasn't he? 30 and a wake up. Because I know I'm subscribed to him and I haven't seen a video of his in a long time. Wellesley ETF is a great way to take advantage of bond yields, but with 60% stock exposure. Let experts handle it. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with a bond fund. Not if unless you're absolute, forever hold and forever buy type person. But if you're looking for, income, looking for safety and all that stuff, bond fund ain't there. Individual bonds, yeah. But as far as a bond fund, if you're looking, like I said, for stability, not to lose your principal and get paid a certain yield, stay away from bond funds. But to your point, if you're just a forever buy, I'm going to have X amount in bonds, right? then yeah, go ahead and buy a bond fund as long as you can, buy, reinvest for your 20, 30-year time horizon. In case you hadn't heard, 2023 is a year of cruise life. He is out of medical treatments. I thought I saw something about medical treatments. I haven't heard. I knew he was going to do a cruise, but I don't know what happened about his medical. Like, did something, he get something or what? This week you get another shot at Spotify. Wouldn't touch it. Also watch Meta and Netflix. Netflix, I don't like. Meta, I do. Meta, I have been making some, selling some puts on Meta. What do I have on Meta right now? I have on Meta, Meta, Bata. Here, Bata. I have, oh, I have nothing open on Meta at the moment. I closed it out. I closed it out on November 30th. So I have nothing on Meta at the moment. But I may definitely get back into it. He never specified beyond a common cancer that it's virtually 100% cure rate. Gotcha. 90% of other YouTube investors were sponsored by some Bitcoin exchanges, did no due diligence, just pocketed cash and screwed their viewers. That sucks. If I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to tell you, don't do this. I'm a big ass disclaimer. I'm making money here. Don't watch this video. I've actually have done videos on those, stupid awareness videos. But I've told you guys in these live streams, don't watch them. They're not for you. So because typically on those videos, those awareness videos, typically you would buy ads. You would buy ads and have Indonesia watch it, right? That's typically where you'd get your views from. You're not going to get views here in America. So those people that are pushing those kind of videos, they're not getting views from here. It's kind of scammy in a sense. But again, there's big companies doing, if you sign up for anything online as far as like stock alerts or look up penny stocks or anything like that, all those companies are being paid to promote those stocks, all of them. So if you ever get an email, this one stock, this new stock uh is the next big thing, whatever, they're getting paid by that company to send you that email. He has said he is out and cleared to travel. I think his first cruise is mid December. Nice. You hear about that guy that, I don't know if he fell off or jumped off or was drunk and went diving? He was in the freaking ocean for like 20 hours fighting freaking sharks and jellyfish before they fished him out of the water. He jumped off or fell off a cruise ship. I thought that was freaking amazing. Like, how come Jack and Rose couldn't do that? 20 freaking hours in the ocean. That's freaking nuts. Netflix was a great quick option trade. Sell a put and buy it back. Half hour later, worked it 12 times last week. There you go. I typically don't day trade. I always love those videos. I find them hilarious. You learn quick, penny stocks and companies listed on the pinks are mostly losers. Yeah, they're just. What's crazy though is they spend, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to these marketing companies. Like, why are you spending the money on the marketing companies? Because, well, I guess they have an advertising budget. Maybe they get kickbacks. I don't know. But it's kind of weird, because if you ever get some of those emails, scroll down all the way and read the disclaimer. You'll be amazed. Like, UXPI, or I don't know, I'm picking out a ticker, paid us, uh, you know, $250,000 for a 3-day email campaign. I'm like, holy crap, man, that's a lot of freaking money. Holy crap, why would you jump off a ship? I don't know. I think he was drunk. Something happened. He spent 20 hours in the freaking ocean before they rescued him. It's like, how did you hang for 20 hours? That's like amazing. Let's see. Guy jumps off cruise ship. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Disconnected again. That's cruise ship overboard. How can I find this thing? I wasn't going to give up. A cruise ship passenger who fell overboard recounts. Cruise ship passenger who fell off ship swam with sharks for 20 hours. He said he was fought off jellyfish, ate bamboo. Like, holy crap, this dude needs like a superhero. This dude, a movie on this guy. Like, he's got like superpowers. Going green, mom, to get to the other side. They pay her for promotions in shares. Yeah, but they can. No, not all the time. It'll say in cash, deposited in cash. Some will have shares too, but it will specify in cash. I couldn't do a cruise either, though. I'm afraid of heights, and those things are like floors 8 to 16 for the food and stuff. I don't go above floor 3 on solid ground. It's not bad at all. It really isn't. Yeah, just don't look overboard. You'll be fine. Where did the bamboo come from? I don't know. I guess it was freaking floating. It was that's kind of weird, in the Gulf of Mexico. Is there bamboo down there? I guess so. James Grimes is his name. Some says 15 hours, some says 20. He said he went overboard and he was dead set on surviving. Panda Express. Oh, did I get a hold on, folks? Okay, I'm back. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't get a text message, and that was what was disconnecting my phone. So where are we at? It's 7:40. I'm hungry. Did we get a thumbs down yet? Wow, we haven't got our typical thumbs down on the video yet. Flat as a pancake is winning out. 38% thinks the stock market is going to be flat as a pancake for December. I'm frustrated, Going Green Mom says. My Chase card seems to have gotten rid of Lowe's gift cards for rewards. I never use those. I always see that and I never use them. So I might be stuck with Panda Express. LOL. Laugh out loud, but now I really want Chinese food. Yeah, I see those on Chase, but I don't use my debit card. I use my Fidelity credit card for everything. Um, except twice a month I use my debit card is when we go to Winco Foods to go grocery shopping. They do not accept credit cards. So that's the only place that I use my debit card from Chase. Um, and finally, my bill pay. I think I was talking to you guys about this. The bill pay and my landlord. I finally got on bill pay. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. So you guys reminded me. I think it was you, Going Green Mom, that reminded me about bill pay. And they actually will cut a check and send it to the recipient. I totally forgot about that. Totally spaced out on that. Haven't It's been so many years since I've actually used that. So this will be the first month that I did not write a check to my landlord. Uh, I let Chase send the check. He hasn't got it yet, though. So we'll see. To recap, this week will be a great week. If you have a job, spend, buy lots of gifts. They said that the shopping season that kicked off, that it was kind of flat up, but when you factored in inflation, that it wasn't that great. Um, but yeah, people are definitely out there spending money for sure. Fidelity happen to do rewards. I'd prefer statement credits. Yes, they do 2% cash back. You can put it on into your statement if you want. You can, take it as cash if you want. I take it as cash, and I've been buying TLTW. Um, I buy a share or so. It buys me about a share every month, and that's just what I do with it. I should be buying Jeppy though, because I get confused sometimes because Fidelity does have fractional shares, and I always forget Chase does not. Um, so, but yeah, 2%. It's not the greatest, but for me, it's super simple because it's all on the same website. Your brokerage, your Roth account if you have one, your Utma's account, your UTMA accounts if you have those, your credit card, all in one website. It's pretty cool. Good night, all. Next week, bring back knives. She might. I don't know. She might be on a Sunday kick for a little while at her uh, little part-time job she has for the Christmas season. Night, Gary. Make sure he knows what it will look like. They can easily be mistaken for junk mail. Oh yeah, definitely. I called him up. I go, watch out for a Chase freaking thing. It's gonna be coming to you. But my landlord, he'll like forget to cash my checks. I mean, I remember during COVID, I think I wrote him like 3 checks, never cashed one of them for like 3 months. Like, dude, are you gonna cash that anytime soon? Wait, bill pay. Chase credit card will cut a check and you can grab the reward point. No, it was Chase debit basically. It's your account, your checking account bill pay, not on the credit card. No, I'm sorry, I must have misspoke there. He has Chase banking. I have credit card. Yeah. Um, I really would like. I have to look at. I gotta see if Fidelity does bill pay like that. Because I may. Well, no, I can't. I need I need a debit card or I need cash because Winco Foods doesn't take credit cards. Because I do believe Fidelity does bill pay. See, well, that's what I've been trying to do is trying to get consolidated into one brokerage, or at least one. You know, I know I'll have one for options and one for everything else. But there's always just something that just doesn't fit correctly. Just got word they will be shifting my TD to Schwab in the next year, hoping to get Fidelity set up and move everything to Fidelity. Schwab has sucked so far. I like Fidelity. Um, I'll have to look more into the. Oh, wait a minute. I think Fidelity does have a debit card, though, if you have the cash management account. So that might work. I'm going to have to look into that. Definitely. Because I like Fidelity. Because, Knives is used to Chase, but I hate the brokerage account. The brokerage account sucks. No fractional shares. I'm waiting to see Jeppy, which is interesting because Fidelity typically has a better reinvestment rate on Jeppy than JP Morgan Chase does in their brokerage account on Jeppy, which is weird. But there was a fluke last month, so I'm waiting to see when this month pays out. Because I own it in Interactive Brokers, I own it in Fidelity, and I own it in Chase, and I want to see who has the best reinvestment rate. And so far, last month, Chase had the worst, which is weird because that's their fund. Damn it. Yes, Cashman is supposed to have debit. My struggle is they want my light. Oh, my login credentials for my other bank account to set up funding. Yeah, I've done that. I think it's through. There you go. I'm forgetful again. Damn it. But I've done that. I've done the login. Um, it's. I think it's secure. I could be wrong. It felt secure to me, and I'm sure there's millions of people that connect the accounts like that. Um, but I get the hesitation for sure. Log in. Um, I've never had anyone ask for my password for another bank before. But an individual isn't asking you for it. You have to do it online. So it's a third party secured uh, link essentially. I know I never do it, but let's look at futures. And they are basically flat right now. Oh, holy crap. What happened to gas? Like, I was shocked when I went and got gas yesterday. I paid, I want to say it was like $3.59 a gallon or $3.49 a gallon. I was like, holy crap. Because I think last week I paid like $4.69 and it's like dropped $1 in a week. I'm not complaining. I wish it would drop some more because I was paying like $70 a week to fill up my gas tank, 65, 70, somewhere in there. And Yesterday I paid $50 to fill up my tank. So I'm like, I'll take it. Yeah, but someone works there and hackers don't care. Yeah, that's true. But I've done it, just to let you know. I've done it quite a few times, actually. Um, haven't had a problem. It tanked. We are anywhere from 329 to 359. Yeah, I was absolutely shocked because I pulled in. I haven't been paying no attention to the gas prices, but I pulled in to Costco yesterday morning, like 6 a.m. And whatever price it's going to be, I'm going to fill it up, right? And then I went and stuck it in there, and I went to push the button, and I'm like, "Is that right? 359, whatever it was. I forget what it was, but I was like, holy crap! It was just for something, 459, 469 last Saturday because I go every single Saturday. So that was a welcome $20 savings, roughly. um, 15, $20 or so. Definitely welcomed. Okay, I'll have to figure out what their other option is. It was a form somewhere. It is too convoluted. I'll go for it, I guess. No, I mean it's not. If you do the third party linking, I forget what the hell the name was. Um, because I did it for Wealthfront too. Um, it's like almost instantaneous. You put your thing in there, agreed to the stipulations, and you know, 10 seconds later, everything's hooked up. Um, yeah. So it reminded me of a clothing brand. The name. Yeah, it was. I forget what it was. Don't get old, y'all. Your memory goes. You freaking get cold. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. It's been nice. Um, thank y'all for showing up. Appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great week. Um, is it ACH transfer? No. Um, it's this. That's it. I think it's called Plaid. I do believe that's what it's called. Yep. Plaid Financial Services. Integrate banking data. Uh, yep. That's the one. You hit it. They added Tang. What? And I went looking for that ticker symbol Tang. Tang. Oh, LOL. Well, I guess the logo fit. Yeah, that's perfect. It was Plaid. That's the name of it. And I've used it a couple of times to connect your accounts into one. Now, I don't know if you have to do it. You may want to look into that a little bit more. Because I don't think it's 100% required that you connect your other account. I mean, you can fund the account without connecting it with Plaid, I believe. So might want to look into that. I'm done, y'all. I gotta find me something to eat. I don't know what that's gonna be. I'll have to look, and might make me a sandwich, or maybe Knives will text me and say she's on her way, and we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you in here next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel, and happy trading. And then normally they give a slower option that does micro deposits, and it didn't give me that as an option. Yep, that's what I was thinking too. The little 1 cent and 4 cent thing, and they take it back. And blah blah blah. Have a great night, y'all. Yep, you guys too. We'll see you back here next time. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye bye.